and a podcast on Friday.
We're back. One last little wrap-up session here. This is Main Joe from Mojo Studio. What a great night. Thanks, Mojo, for hosting this Two Joes podcast session.
Always my pleasure. Always. Every time. I look forward to it so much. And I love the wrap-ups that we do. We do 2, 3, 4 segments of 20, 40 minutes or something like that, and then we do a little 8-10 minute wrap up
just to say thank you. Yes. And let you know that we appreciate your listening, and just to come full circle, we talked about music tonight, we talked politics, we talked about healthcare again, surprise. we a lot of things on our mind, and I know there's a lot of things on your mind too, because I talk to people, I have friends, and then we talk, and so I hope you were entertained, that we made you think, we maybe challenged you. I know I got challenged this podcast, thanks to my good buddy Mojo over here.
Thank you, Mojo.
And thanks for joining us. And until next podcast session, hopefully next weekend, we're looking at doing other than Sunday night, because we have lives and things have come up. So we're going to try and get it in next weekend. And that's where we're at right now.
Yeah, we'll look at a Friday or a Saturday. Other than that, it would have to be Sunday morning at like 8, because I think my flight leaves at 2. So we'd have to
that probably won't happen.
Yeah. It would be a fun evening, Main Joe, is let's try it one night. Let's do a 2-hour podcast and then a jam session right after.
Yeah, you mentioned that at the jam last Friday. I think that's a good idea. That might be a good way to kind of keep it more consolidated, so I'm not away from home as much, because I have been getting a little bit of feedback from my daughter and wife that I might be gone a little too much. So I'm going to try, they're supportive, don't get me wrong, they're totally supportive, but they wouldn't mind if I was home a little bit more.
Indeed, yeah. And they have been supportive, and I hope you've expressed to them my appreciation.
You know what? I think I could do a better job of that. I think I'm going to try and...
well, thank you.
I will do that when I see him tomorrow. They'll probably be in bed when I get home tonight. But tomorrow I'll say, Mojo appreciates it.
Indeed.
That's what I'll say.
Indeed.
Cool. Awesome.
So may I finish up on, these wrap-ups are so great. And, by nature I try to be someone who shares uplifting stories. Uplifting experiences.
Yeah, we want to be positive influences on your life.
Yeah. Our good friend Dojo, we had a podcast with his eldest son not too long ago.
Yeah, Daijo.
And Daijo. And just yesterday, both of his sons were over. The eldest and youngest. The youngest out doing yard work with me and pulling weeds and sweating and drinking ice water. And the other one in here working on my website for music therapy. And just the interaction that I got to have with both of them. And listeners, this one goes way back. I've known both of these young men since the day they were born. I was there with the day they were born, and they grew up with me. I grew up with them, and now they are coming over to learn about computers and web development and database and networking and how do you assign an IP address and all these kinds of things. And so, Main Joe, I just can't help but feel that my life has had many, many golden ages, and I'm entering another one right now.
You've kind of mentioned this to me before. It does seem kind of like a golden age. Who would have thought at in our 50s that we would stumble upon these different ways to positively impact other lives, Yeah. Like I shared earlier with you, the text I got from P. Joe, and when we jam together like that, we're having a positive effect on each other's lives. I mean, it just tickled me so much that he would reach out like that. It's just awesome. And
great example. Yeah.
And the way you're giving Daijo an opportunity to really kind of get ahead of his classmates in a way by learning this stuff that he's learning.
Thank you.
And some of it he's learning, on his own too, to try and get something done for you. It's just really cool to see.
Mm-hmm. And then his younger brother says, "Whoa, wait a minute! There's something really cool going on down there. I'm going to be a part of this."
This is an opportunity.
Yeah,
Yeah, supplying opportunities.
And I guess what I'm doing is really praising and appreciating my friendship with Dojo over the years, since middle school. Really.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Just two people who got along really well, had compatible lives, and we hope the same things for our kids. My boy and his two boys, and just another reason where I want to share this joy with many people.
Yeah.
I have felt a lot of joy, and not just recently, over the years.
Sure.
Over many years.
But a new chapter seems to be opening up, and it's very cool.
Yeah.
It's a good feeling.
A few new pages of joy are coming my way.
Yeah.
And they're both going back to school soon. The youngest is going back to local high school. The other one's heading up to Weber. But I've got 3 more weeks of them coming over. They're coming over tomorrow at noon, and I've got to find things for them to do, and all this to work on the website, and the youngest will pull weeds, and then I'll buy some Cafe Rio for lunch, and we'll have some apple juice, and we'll talk, and we'll laugh, and it's just joy, listeners. I wish I could share it with everybody. The feeling of joy is such a wonderful thing.
I'll be over at noon.
It would be worth your while, Manjo. It would be worth your while.
Thanks for joining us. Thanks for sharing, Mojo. I appreciate that.
Thank you. Thank you, listeners.